Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hey, what's up? My name is Caitlin, and today I have another fun tag video for you guys. This video has been going around like all over YouTube, or at least the people I'm subscribed to. I've seen several people do this. The first one I saw was Classy on the Run, so I'll link her channel down below, but definitely don't know who created this. I think it's a TikTok thing. I don't know. I actually don't have a TikTok. I think I'm like the only one on the planet, so I don't know, but it's super fun. It's called the All About My Palettes tag, I think. So basically it's like a 13 question thing and you're supposed to pick a palette for it. So I have all of the like what the category is listed down below. So if you see me looking down, that's why. But let's just go ahead and dive in. The first category is newest palette. So my newest palette, I technically have two more on the way here, so they'll technically be my newest palettes. But the newest palette that I have in my collection right now is the Conspiracy palette by Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson. You guys probably just saw me do a video on this. If you haven't, definitely go check it out. But it looks like this. Super, super pretty. I'm not gonna do like any swatches because that's not really what this is about, but I love this palette. It's super nice. There was some serious eyelid stainage from one color in particular, but worth it in my opinion. So really like this palette so far. I've only used it once, but I'm excited to use it some more. So that brings us to number 2, which is oldest palette. Oh, I'm ashamed to even show you guys this, but this is the Urban Decay, I don't even know, Beauty with an Edge palette. They made a bunch of these like little 8-pan, 10-pan palettes with like different colors from their bestsellers. You can definitely tell I used this like to death. Like you can see I hit pan on the blue shade. Polyester Bride was my jam. I'm just said I'm not going to swatch, but here I am swatching. Yeah, you can definitely tell the quality of this is not the best anymore, but this palette has made it through so many declutters. I keep like decluttering it and then pulling it back out and saying like, no, I have to keep it. But I loved this thing. It was such a good little palette. And it has great memories for me because this is like the palette that started my love for makeup. I didn't really have a lot of makeup until I started watching YouTube, and I didn't even know Sephora was a thing. Like I thought Walmart was where you got your makeup. So when I first watched YouTube, I found like my love for makeup and I discovered Sephora was a thing, and I went shopping on Sephora, and I remember like everything was insanely priced, and that palette was on sale for $15. I still remember the price, and I bought it, and that was my first like big makeup purchase that I ever had. So yeah, there's a fun little backstory to that, I guess. My most expensive palette is category number 3. I actually have 2 that are the same price. Both of these cost $54, which is disgusting. This one I got on sale. So the first one is the Urban Decay Naked Heat. I purchased this for $27, not $54, which I'm glad about. I would not spend $54 on this, but $27, I was like, yeah, I'm down for that. Super pretty. Don't use this a ton. It's a very neutral palette, which if you guys know, don't really go for a lot. I say as I'm wearing a neutral eye today. The other one is this one, which is a very new palette to me too. This is by Jeffree Star. This is the Bloodlust. I keep wanting to call it the Royal Blood for some reason. This one is definitely more up my alley. It's like full on purple tones, which if you guys don't know, are my favorite shadows to wear. Really, really like this. I really like the Urban Decay one too. I just don't reach for it a ton. If I'm like needing a neutral look, I'll go for it for sure, but I don't really go for that a lot. For my most affordable palette, that makes sense. Please don't judge me for the state and condition that this palette is in. There's a story behind why it looks like this. This guy is by Profusion. This is the Sultry palette. This costs $10. And you get 2, 4, 6, 8 by 3, 24 shades in here, which is incredible. That literally makes them less than 50 cents a shade. I'm so embarrassed by this. So I got this palette for Christmas, and it had been swatched. I don't know if it was like swatched by the person that gave it to me or what, but it freaked me out. So I literally dug layers out of all of these shades so that I could feel okay using it. But it's really, really pretty. I really like the shades in here. They're fun, they're colorful, they're bright, they're vibrant. Profusion is a super underrated brand. I don't think enough people talk about them. I really, really like their stuff. I have the Mirage palette also That one's 15 instead of 10, but still really, really good and still worth the money. My everyday palette. So this actually made me think, because I don't really feel like I have an everyday palette, because I have so many palettes that I really try to like switch it up every day. But the palette that I'm like, when I think about I need to do a really quick look, simple, that I know I'm gonna love, the one that comes to mind is this guy, which actually surprised me because I don't really consider this my everyday palette. But when I had to stop and think about it, this is the one. Like when I'm got 5 minutes to do an eye look real quick, this is what I think I'm gonna go grab for. So I chose this because it's got 4 matte shades in here, which are super easy, and I don't have to think about it or like, what color do I want to use? Because I don't have a lot of options for matte shades. So I do something super simple. I set my lid with the white shade. This goes in the crease. This goes in the outer corner. The black if I want to darken it or use it for a liner. And got cut off. Don't know where I was, but I just pick a metallic shade and put that on the lid and go. So this is the one that I think is like my everyday palette. And unfortunately, I'm gonna have to pause here because I've got to go. So I'm gonna pause this and I'll pick it up later. I'm so sorry. Be back. And an hour and a half later, we're back. Which leaves us to number 6, which is my colorful palette. Clearly can't read my handwriting. So I have a lot of colorful palettes because if you guys don't know, there's a fuzzy in the air. I like colorful eyeshadow looks. I have a lot of them, but the one that I'm like, which palette do I reach for that's colorful? Which palette has the most different colors? The one that comes to mind is this. This is the BH Cosmetics Weekend Festival palette. I use this quite a bit, and it has a lot of shades in there, like a lot of different colors. Like we've got pink and orange and blue, kind of green, kind of not, another green, yellow, pinks, peachy color, and a few like neutral colors. Like I definitely have like smaller palettes that have just color, like the Laura Lee Party Animal palette. I thought about that one. And then I've got like the blue palettes and like the purple palettes and that kind of thing. But this is the one that I have that has like a lot of different ones. So that's my colorful palette. 7 is my smallest palette, which I honestly forgot I even owned. And that is this one. This is by Huda Beauty. This is the Amethyst Obsessions palette. I forgot I owned it because I don't really use it. I used it a couple times. There's quite a big divot in that center shade there because that was my favorite shade in the palette. And I had to like really build it up. I don't love this palette. That's really all I have to say about it. I don't love this palette, but it is my smallest palette that I own. 8 is my biggest palette. So this one I kind of took like a little bit differently because like I definitely have the Jaclyn Hill palettes, which I actually have one right here, which are big and they're probably my like tallest palettes. But I took biggest in the sense that this one takes up the most space in my collection, and that would be this one. This is the Blue Blood palette. This boy is thick. So yeah, this one is the one that like storage wise takes up the most room because it is kind of tall, it's very wide, and then it's very thick. So this is the one that I feel like is my biggest palette. Here are the shades just so you guys can see. They're all blue, and well, there's some neutrals in there too, but love this palette. Super pretty, but it takes up so much room. If I didn't love this palette, I'd probably declutter it just because size-wise, it's a lot. Same with the Conspiracy, same with Royal Blood. Not Royal Blood, why do I always call it that? Bloodlust. I guess just like the Jeffree Star palettes in general take up quite a bit of room, but I like them, so yes. Number 9 is Best Memory, and for that one, I chose this. This is by Dominique Cosmetics. This is the Latte palette, the original one. I chose this as my best memory because my husband, Dylan, which then was probably fiance, maybe boyfriend, I don't remember. No, he was boyfriend still, I'm pretty sure. But we actually went to Des Moines for our anniversary, which is like the capital of Iowa, if you didn't know. It's like the only city in Iowa. So we went there and we just kind of like spent the day together and like got a hotel room and like stayed, and we went shopping, and for our anniversary he's like, pick out a palette that you want. and this had just launched and I picked this. So it's just like a really good memory of like our first like trip together. It wasn't really like a trip, and I guess it wasn't like even really our first trip because we'd gone on trips when we were younger. A little backstory, Dylan was my first boyfriend ever in like junior high school kind of thing. So he went on some like family trips with me, but then like we broke up for a long time and then got back together as adults. And then we went on like our first little trip together, which was to Des Moines. And I got this. Actually, it might have been our second Des Moines trip together, but it was like our anniversary. It was like our first anniversary. So that. Worth the Hype palette, which is number 10, is this one right here by Tati Beauty. This is worth every amazing thing that everyone says about it. And first of all, packaging's beautiful. I think out of everything, if I had to find a complaint about this palette, it would be the packaging, just because it gets like oily. Not really oily, but like fingerprints. Setting spray, that's the biggest one. I sprayed stuff and you can still see like a little scuff here from my setting spray, but I'm fine with that and I like the way it feels. This palette is beautiful. It's got the nicest mirror that I've ever seen in a makeup palette ever. It's huge. It's good quality. Like I would use that as like my normal mirror, and the colors are stunning. So pretty. I love this. It's a neutral palette, but it's gorgeous. It's got like rose, like it's got a glitter, a metallic, a sequin, and a matte row sideways. And then going this way, you've got Memory, which is the black row, black gray, Ritual, which is the browns, Story, which are like the pumpkin shades, Soothe, which is your nudes, I hate that term, Aura, which is going to be like your light whitey shades, and Poet, which are the purples. And this palette is beautiful, like so beautiful. I just don't even know what else to say about this palette other than it's beautiful. I have a whole review on this where I tested it out. I use this palette a lot. I'm very excited to see where she does, what she does next. I never picked up the Blendiful, but like I keep going, do I need it, do I not? I think that'll be one of those things that I purchase like when she releases something else, just so I can get free shipping kind of thing. But yes, okay. 11, not worth the hype. You guys probably already know what I'm gonna say. I feel bad. This palette, this is by Anastasia Beverly Hills, which is ironic since earlier I said that it's one of my favorite formulas. Actually, that might have been a different video. I don't like this palette. This is the Carly Bible palette. The shades in here are beautiful. The packaging is beautiful. I really like the packaging, which a lot of people didn't. I do. It's just, it's not easy to work with. Like the colors are hard to blend. They don't want to stick to your eyes. They kind of blend away into nothing. I don't love it. I'm going to hold on to it just for the collector's sake in me. Like I have an obsession with YouTuber palettes, and Anastasia is one of my favorite formulas, favorite bands. So I will forever keep this, but probably never going to use it again. Okay, fave palette from favorite brand. This one, I'm not exactly sure if it's supposed to be like my all-time favorite makeup brand or my favorite eyeshadow brand, because I've seen people do it both ways. I chose to do favorite eyeshadow brand because I don't know what my favorite makeup brand is. I kind of want to like do a video to test that out. I think I'm going to soon, so stay tuned for that. But my favorite eyeshadow brand, I think, if you ask me right now, what I'm going to say is Lunar Beauty. So I chose this one. This is Moonspell by Lunar Beauty. I love all of the Lunar Beauty palettes. Their formula is amazing. Their eyeshadows are so pretty. But this one's the standout for me. I like this one because it's got a row of purples, which are my favorite eyeshadows. It's got a neutral row for if I need something neutral, and it's got a green row, which is my favorite color. So, plus the packaging is just stunning. So, love, love, love this palette. Love Lunar Beauty's eyeshadow formula. It's great. So, I think that's my favorite eyeshadow brand. I just don't know if I can call them my favorite makeup brand because they don't really have like everything that I would need. Like they have liquid lips, highlights, and eyeshadow, that's it. So I don't know if I can call them my favorite yet, but we'll see what happens in the future when they launch more products, hopefully. Okay, and 13, the final one, is my most used palette, which is going to be probably not a surprise, but it's this one. The only palette in my collection that is disgustingly filthy. Is this one. This is the original Jaclyn Hill palette from Morphe. This is like from the first launch. It's filthy and disgusting and beautiful. I use this all the time. You can't even really tell. Like, there's definitely divots in there, but like, it's still going strong. I use this on my wedding day. I use this for like every major event ever that I've ever gone to, which is not a lot of things, but I like it. I like it a lot. It's one of my favorite palettes. So that's it. That's the video, you guys. I would love to see everybody else's ideas of this. So if you guys make YouTube videos, then let me know. Tag it down below. Not tag it. What? Tell me down below that you guys did it, or like link it if you can do that in comments. I don't even know, but I'll watch them because this is fun. And yeah, that's everything. Don't forget to like this video before you go. Subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any more of my future videos. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.